Well, hello everyone and welcome back to this Let's Play Satisfactory. And you know what's really satisfying? Pushing that big red button! Push!
Milestone reached. The fuel generator will match power generation to the increased consumption of recently acquired technologies and buildings. Additionally, improved conveyor belts and lifts can now be constructed. Caterium scanning unlocked.
Can you take the scanning? Oh, this scanning. Caterium. Ah, that's what that's called. I'm still calling it creatine. Creatine powder. I'd love to be able to see what is next for us to be able to do, but I think that's that. So let's see, we unlock conveyor belts Mark IV, which can take 480 resources a second. Or a second? I wish, a minute. That's going to be great for... You know what, that may be faster than building the hypertubes. If I just build that between my two factories, run along that may be the best form of transportation. We've got the Mark IV lifts. See what else we just unlocked? We just unlocked the housing power. The fuel generator has a pipe input so that fuel supply can be automated. Oh! Why is it showing the creatine wire? Don't think there's anything doing anything else. So, yeah, it's quite a while till it comes back down. Let's take a quick nosy at this, see how this is doing. Does it need to be topped up? Oh, you doing? I might top you up while I'm here. I'll drop off all I can, and I can just pick up more on my way back again. So it's always good to keep you topped up when we can, because we need to break a lot of this stuff. We're at over 1,000. We're getting closer to that halfway mark. Right, so I guess I'll pause recording and I'll see you when I get back to my other factory, and we're going to see if we can start incorporating some of the new power, because it's got to be more efficient than to just get pure oil factory energy instead of all this additional. So yes, we'll see how we can incorporate this and how we can refine our productions over there, maybe get rid of the extra plastic and rubber productions we've got just to get the coke, and see how that works out, and then we'll get rid of maybe one of those awesome sinks. We'll see. I'll see you all when I get back there. It's going to be a long trip. Right, here we are, just getting back to the other factory. So, a couple of things we need to do. Make sure the awesome sinks haven't eaten all the resources. And build the new power thing and just see what it actually needs and uses. It needs the creatine wire. I left myself with some of the creatine wire, didn't I? Where is it? Why am I pushing the wrong buttons? I left myself with 50 of it. So yes, whew. I thought it was showing that as an optional thing. I don't know why I didn't click this. Saying, oh, you don't have this resource. I should have picked some up when I was back at the other base. So I'm only going to have enough to build like one of them. Actually, no, the wire might make a couple of the wire for. I've got enough. Oh, good, I've got plenty. I've got plenty. Oh, we'll make enough to make 2 for now. Oh, it's a stretch. Take a look at these refineries. What are the other things they can make? Take it on rubber for now. Does it just need oil straight input, the other thing, or do I need to refine it first? We shall see. Whilst I'm here, let's take a look at these awesome sinks. How it's going. So you are getting omnommed. I don't need you for anything at all, so I don't need to worry about you being omnommed. You are being omnommed too, but I do need you for other stuff. I do need to worry a wee bit about you being omnommed. But because I've not built the super fast conveyor belts, it is slowing down. Maybe I should put this down to the... Maybe I should degrade this to the slower conveyor belts, and that'll stop it nom-nomming it too fast. Does it do the same? It should do the same with a splitter, right? Shouldn't it? If I build... If I've got like a 90 input into it, and then you've got 3 30s coming out of it, then yeah, that's going to hang it. But if you have like 120 going in, and only you build a 30 there, and 2 90s there, surely they would get like nearly maxed out. Maybe that's one way to sort of fine-tune this awesome sync. That's going to make it much more complicated though. We're up to 46 there, that's perfect. And use full of it. No, yous aren't. Yous are not full. It must have just received a delivery recently then. How are yous doing? You look even fuller than last time I seen you. You look about the same. So, half of it going that way does seem to be a thing. So, is half of it going that way? It looks like... No, it's not. A lot more of it's one... I wish there was some sort of screen that I could tell how much of it was coming out this way and how much was going out that way. Because I've built this as a fast one, a lot more of it seems to be preferring filling up this before sending it that way. So I think maybe I've done it perfect. I think this is perfect. This, I want you to build up a bit more though first. This is going really well. Right. Power. I shouldn't need anywhere near many of these water generators as well if I change these coal to... Yeah, right, so... Fuel generator. Pop you down here, let's take a look. Insert fuel. What type of fuel though? Do you just take raw? Do you just... What type of fuel do you want? Do you want the residue? I don't think you'd want the residue. I thought you'd want pure... see here, fuel. So we could have it... Fuel. And what's that? Off? Residue fuel. You make fuel, there's this off product. Commonly used to manufacture plastics. So if I change my plastic production... I've got tons of power for now, don't I? Yeah, because I've got these batteries. So. I may need to flush this system. If I change both of these, we'll make it, no, they're the plastic ones. But I don't need to flush that system, but if I change this, the residue fuel, it's going to start producing the data. Here. How much residue fuel are you going to make a minute? 40 per minute if you're getting the 60 input. Good, good. So you're starting to build that up already. Let's build... Come on. do not need these at all anymore. What's the stuff left here? Coke. Same here, I'm guessing. Wait, oh, those power shards. No, I want them. I want them. That little bit. Them power shards. I can get it. Don't need coke. Do not need coke anymore. Right. Fluid buffer. There. Out there. This should start to fill up with fuel. The two use are producing 10 per minute residue. Oh, okay, we're gonna need a lot more residue. 20 per minute residue. That's coming out and it's going into here, which needs 60 per minute residue to make 40 per minute fuel. And they're gonna use, oh, it's only gonna need 12 per minute fuel. Oh, it needs to be connected to the power. That would be helpful if I connected it to the power line. Whoa, sounds like a tractor. And this thing produces 150 megawatts. Let me take a look at one of these. I'm guessing it's going to be a lot more than one of these. 75, so each one of them produces 2 of these. So it should be more efficient. I'm too lazy to want to work it out with the mass, but with the better technology, you would imagine. That'd be the whole point of these things, is they'll be better than the petroleum coke. So yeah, you've got a lot there now, but you'll be going through your fluid buffer. This should start to decrease. Maybe I want to get the others, and I should get rid of these coke factories over here as well. And get the residue that's making the coke from... That's water. The residue from this one added to... Let's say... Then you... I can get rid of all these water too. Ah, that's another thing, because it's not going to take up water. Let's take a look. These are in 20. Yeah, that's going to save me a lot of energy because it's not needing water too. Doesn't need any of this water stuff, so I can get rid of all this too. We don't need any of this water anymore. That's going to save me tons. Oh. In the energy department, since that's the water all gone. Huge saving in that department. Pipes. Oh, I would like these though. You know what? We'll get rid of the biofuel. Yeah. On the eye limiters. Now we can get rid of the chainsaw. I don't really need it anymore unless I get stuck. And I've already gotten rid of the biofuel. You have got room for now. You have got... I don't have room for you now. I do have room for you now. Cable, I don't have room for you. Storage thing. I just leave them in these boxes for now. I've got some cable there I can pick up soon. Oh, I'm out of room for steel even now too. And we've got some spare room here too, that we don't need all that room. So is this the... yeah, this is that, right. I'm going to want to connect that, the fluid over here. Logistics. Different fluids? Wait a minute, what? Oh, wrong side, wrong side. It's this side here I need. Thank you, game, for giving me a warning. Am I going to need a pump in this? Yeah, that's draining because it's going this way. I've got a fluid buffer here. These are all 20, 30, so that's 60 a minute I should be producing. Is that exactly how much you needed? 60 a minute, perfectly. So this should be going up to, well, it's already 100% because I'm got these fluid buffers, but this one's half empty. It should stay nice and full now. That is, these batteries come on. They are starting to drain. So it's like 1 minute, you're charging, you're draining, you're charging, you're draining, you're charging, you're draining. So I do need to get some more of these generators up and running. Producing 40 fuel a minute now from that, which is enough for 3 of these with surplus. Let's get another one built straight away. That's if I click on the right thing. I'm out of those motors things. I'm going to need to build some more of them, and I'll build some more of the creatine wire whilst I'm there. Thing. Actually, let's take a look at you. Bored. You. Bored of you. Gonna need enough of this wire for another one, and then I'm gonna need 30 of them. Hopefully I've got the resources on me. These. Good. I've got the resources. These are going to take a while to build though. Blah 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 blah. We need another 15 of them. So, how's your day? Getting up to anything interesting recently? Yeah, that sounds fun. Right, I'm guessing I'm going to pause recording because we need to make another 10 of these, and it's literally, I've got nothing to say as we're going, so see you in a second. Right. That's done. Let's head back. Yeah. New generator. On. Oh no! Out of computers! We need computers! Don't worry, computer production's just over here. Yep. And check if I've got any of these. They'll have plenty of plastic down here. That's the main thing. Computers! Thank you! I can see my batteries have come on, which is why I built them. I love them for just a situation like this. It is charging 1 second, depleting the other, so with these two new generators, we should have surplus power for days. And I should still have left over the Quilerinos. And I'm looking for boom. And you should be nice and full, and you should drain a wee bit for now as they fill up. But you should be making more fuel than needed. Because you should be working 100%, producing 40 fuel per minute. And you should be getting your input of 60. I could always increase this here if I ever wanted to. Or I could just add a second one. Lovely, lovely stuff. And we can see it is quickly fully charging now. Max consumption, production. We're golden. If every single factory turned on at once, which most of my factories are off because they've filled out their stuff, that would be a wee bit of a problem. But we're fine now. Yep, that's me exactly the same power as I had before, production-wise, because I got rid of 6 coal generators and replaced them with fuel generators, but I don't need the water. I needed, was it 4 water pumps to do that? Which was yeah, so that's it was 75 times 6. It was 450 generation, but 80 consumption from the water pumps. I've now got the same production of 450 without that 80 consumption. That is more efficient. And we're making fuel, and we've got a wee bit surplus fuel that we can use for something else. Now we've got to make sure that these are still producing though, because if they stop producing that residue, that's a problem. That would be a problem. Speaking of which, I've got a plastic factory over here that I don't think is using its residue. This one, isn't it? You know, it is using its residue. It's giving it to this factory here, which isn't working at full efficiency. It's just working at a tiny bit of efficiency, and it's still making too much coke. Right, now that that's done, I quite like that change. I'd really like to get to the next step now, so that I can get fuel for this too, so I can get rid of the coke here and get fuel, actual fuel for him. Oh, whoa, that's not what I meant to do. I wanted to just view. Right, how are you doing now? 0 at the moment. 11 there, so there is a wee bit of a backlog. Here comes the choo-choo train of it. Oh. Going up nicely. And the backlog, didn't get through the backlog from the last trip for these. That is brilliant. It's still got some from the last trip, so this should slowly get to the same place as these are, where they're full. That's roughly the same as it was before. That's slightly higher than it was before. Also, this is perfect. This is all working perfect. This is up to 58% efficiency. I'm happy about that. I'm very happy about that. And we should have even more tickets. I'll take a look at you. We now have 22 printable coupons. I like printing them. I wish they came out each individual one. I just like getting them. Wow. I can see how much you weren't joking though. At first it was like 100 items needed to get 100 points. We're getting 8,200 points per minute. It was like 100 points to get your first coupon. Now, you weren't joking when you said there's like a soft cap to it, definitely. That's exactly what it is. It's a soft cap. Not a hard cap, a soft cap. Oh, hello, Bob. He's doing that teleport thing because he's not being just like Star Citizen. He's not being. He's been simulated. He's not actually. Well, he's physicalized. He's a wee bit different than Star Citizen, but similar sort of idea as Star Citizen. Right, I think it's time we head back and see what type of technology we want to unlock next, and what resources we need to do so. So I shall see yous when we get back to camp. Well, the original camp. Right, we're back once again. I dropped off all the steel I could. Let's take a look in here and see what else we've got. Alternate fluid transport, fuel packaging. That's what we need. Packaged water, liquid biofuel, industrial fluid buffer, packager. That's what we need. This is what we need. All these resources shouldn't be too hard for us to get. You know, gas masks, I'm going to need to do that. Infantry slots, that's what we need that to. What is that? A fabric. Not started producing fabric yet. Packaged oil. Packaged fuel. Yeah, we're going to need to get some packaged fuel, because that's what we need for the jetpack, isn't it? And it's what we need for Bob. Bob would much prefer this to eat. So we could redo that. Oh, there's the jetpack itself. That shouldn't be too hard to do. The train carts, that should be relatively easy to do now. All this stuff is going to be quite easy for us to get. Let's jump in and let's... oh, we're going to need to take a look into getting a... Let's start that down and we can pop that in straight away. The wire I can see about getting here. I should look into making this third resource for this then, the orbital elevator, because we're going to need that soon. That's probably going to be my goal for next time, is we need to look into making this third resource this needs. These, how do I go about making them? I'm going to need to start making these at my other factory. We might need Bob to transport a few more things. Or we might need to set up a second Bob to get those modular frames back. Or I could maybe just do it like the other factory where I had an input. I'm going to need to set up a lot more production. Oh, and it needs the cables. Okay, that's going to be a pain in the backside. The cables, is that not the... No, that is not the production I have here. Yeah, that's going to be a pain in the backside. We're going to need a lot of that set up for next time. For now, though, we could get the wires. Oh, I wish I had all these resources on me. I will pause recording, and then once I've gathered... Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'll pause recording. Once I've gathered all these resources, we can send it off into space, and that will probably be a part. I'll see you all in a second. Right, we are back, and let's get some boards in here, and boom, there's stuff in here too, and alternate fluid transportation unlocked.
Milestone reached. Fluids can now be packaged to allow for transportation via vehicle and conveyor belts. Additionally, highly improved biofuel can now be produced.
Right, but I think first of all, we need to set up production here. How we've got this production here. We need to set up production for that third resource here. And I think we're going to have to just manually deliver it resources, kind of like how I've got for that. Because I'm not going to want this working forever. I just want to get it to unlock for a long time. Oh, I don't have this production modular engines either, which does need rubber. I'm going to need to set up production for both of these here, with bins for inputs. Then I'm going to need to gather all the resources I want and then throw them into the bins. I keep calling these bins. They're storage containers, but as far as I'm concerned, they're bins. They're storage bins. And then, yeah, I'll get that working. So we need to get this next elevator tier on the production, because it's going to take me time to get 500 of these and 100 of these. I'm going to guess the production rate 1 per minute. That's nearly 2 hours there alone. 1 per minute, oh my word, that's going to be hours and hours with just one factory producing it. And here, 5 per minute, yeah, we need to get these two set up ASAP. So that's going to be my goal next part, is to set up the factories here, similar to how I've got this one set up. And then we'll just throw all the resources we can into these bins to keep them working for a long time. Then, after we've done that, we'll go and we'll see how Bob's doing. We can refine Bob's fuel situation and maybe get something sorted out at that factory with our new technology we've been unlocking this part and the next few parts. Because those pod countdowns, I'm trying to point it on my screen, but you can't see. I should point with my mouse. I can't point with my mouse, but that top right corner, when that countdown's gone, we'll be able to get new technologies, a lot of quality of life technologies, and soon we'll unlock the next 2 tiers, which I think is the final 2 tiers. Oh my word, we're actually getting towards endgame. You can't see it from here. I'll go down and we'll take a look at it from here. The final 2 tiers, and we're going to have the jetpack. I'm going to be able to build myself an airport for fast transportation if I figure out these hypertubes, which is the end of today's recording session for Satisfactory. So I should be looking at the hypertubes soon. Like milestones, yes, we'll unlock these last 2 phases. Can't wait to see what juicy technology we get inside them. Hope you have all enjoyed this. Join me all next time. I'll see you all there. Bye-bye. Bye.